I just finished this painting I'm calling Kokopelli's Diner, and it's a pastiche homage to Edward Hopper's The Night Hawk, and the twist is the depiction of Bugmain with his friends, the Mask, the Joker, and Beetlejuice. And the reason I'm kind of documenting this is because after I got done painting, I made another little painting using the leftover paint, and it actually is a really good illustration of this process that I learned from my master, Richard J. Olson, who he had this theory based on Hegelian synthesis that you make a painting, you make an object, and then you do the opposite. So the first painting is a traditionally painted Renaissance style painting, in the sense that it uses an underpainting, a dead layer, colors underneath, or colors on top, and then it creates this sort of harmonious scene with a lot of pre-planning. And then this was a impulsive painting used from leftover scraps, so there was no plan, obviously very gestural. And what is really useful about it is that there's a sort of punchline, meaning that you make a painting, then you do the opposite, and in doing the opposite, you've done something else. So by the time you make the next painting, you are changed and you do something different. And so part of it is conscious, in the sense that I'm making a painting that's extemporaneous, that it's gestural, that it's unplanned. But then there's part of it like training a muscle, where you're subconsciously doing things. Like, so for instance, I didn't really consciously realize it, although it seems probably silly in retrospect, that these are all men that you see from the waist up, and like their identities are critical. That it's supposed to be a joke, that, you know, they're these kitschy, sort of bombastic, sort of trickster guys. And then this is a painting of a woman, and you don't know her identity. You see her legs, and that it's not anything tricky at all, that it's like almost naked in its directness, so that you were looking at it and you're almost like embarrassed, like, oh, this is a pretty woman, you can't look her in the eyes, or that you're in a waiting room and you're scared to keep making eye contact. And that between the two of them, they are like a brother and sister painting, but that there's these elements that are unplanned that become very fruitful.